Chris Kelly's going to name his NFL Players Rugby League team. Give us the back. Take us through them, Chris.
Well, at fullback, we've got the ever-speeding Tyreek Hill, the cheater himself. On the wings, we've got Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams. Centers fill up with DK Metcalf and CeeDee Lamb. In our halves, we've got the ever-explosive Josh Allen and the now back-to-back champion Patrick Mahomes. We've got Australia's own Jordan Mailata facing up the prop. We've got the ever-changing Christian McCaffrey playing at the number 9. The massive human himself, Derrick Henry, playing at prop. We've got our back row of Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, and Mr. Swift himself, Travis Kelce. Our coach is Kyle Shanahan, but maybe after yesterday we might change it. And Boldo's added in the billionaire owner himself, Jerry Jones. So if we had an owner like that in rugby league, imagine Jerry Jones going, you know what, I really love this game. This is quite cool. I'm going to invest. He's a multi-billionaire. He owns the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. That's how rich this guy is. And he actually gets to pick and choose his team. So that's our rugby league team of NFL players. If Boldo had his team in his fantasy lineup, he definitely would have won for sure, and he could have said he had the best team. But like every year, he fell over in the finals.
Just like the Sharks. Looks so much promising. What a good looking. Actually, this is a pretty good.
What do you think? Any changes?
Well, I thought the fullback choice would be quite interesting because obviously Tyreek Hill is the fastest of the NFL players.
Yeah, he gave me a bit of a Ben Barber feel, so I thought I'd go with that for the guys, you know, the debate of Peachy versus Barber. I thought I'd put Tyreek Hill as our fullback.
Yeah, fair enough. And then what stood out for me was the selection of Christian McCaffrey, who was the running back for the San Francisco 49ers yesterday. He was obviously very fast, so that's like a Damian Cook kind of style of runner. I probably would have picked Lamar Jackson at number 9 for his passing and developing him. And then I probably would have gone, well, look, I wouldn't have picked Max Crosby, but I would have picked Cam Newton at lock forward is what I would have done. I reckon he would be really good. And then in terms of defensive players, I just think some of the big boppers like Aaron Donald and Chris Jones, I would probably have gotten them in. But if you just look at the quality of the athletes, so even Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills, 5'8", this guy is just big, fast, quick. Like he's the quarterback for the Bills.
Could throw the ball around anywhere. Like imagine him playing in the halves.
Incredible. And so,
do you think it'd be hard for a quarterback to adjust to our game after throwing the ball forward? You don't reckon?
You look at that first touchdown yesterday by McCaffrey where they went lateral and went backwards, and you've even seen Travis Swift do it himself. Travis Kelce do it in a game, even though it was called back, under very controversial. He had a pass. He was running midfield. If they did that all the time, they'd be killing it. There you go, Greg Smith. Greg Smith called the Newcastle Knights.
Oh, thanks, Williams, you muppet.
Greg Smith just rocked up to Australia in the early 90s and said, yeah, I can play this game. I'm really good. I played in the NFL. And being the 90s and being a small town in Newcastle, I went, yeah, all right, here you go. You can do it. It was absolutely useless and lasted one game.
There's a documentary on Netflix about Johnny Football, Johnny Manziel, who was the Cleveland Browns quarterback and a Heisman College trophy winner. And looking at that, he would be an eyes up footy player, is what he would be. And so, to your point, Chris, like that back line of those like just wide receiver guys there, they're like all the top guys.
Imagine putting up a crossfield bomb for Justin Jefferson or Devontae Adams.
Oh, that'd be so good.
They already leap as they are, but imagine them, 6'5", 6'6", and leaping for a bomb. Like this team would be unstoppable.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Strong
they
team.
Would just be absolutely terrific. All right, well, look, that is Chris Kelly's NFL Players Rugby League team. We'll give you one player to mention. Who would you have put in that we didn't mention just now?
There's 2 players I want to see. One of them is on his list. One of them isn't. That's the Kelce brothers. Jason's an absolute loose unit. I don't know if you guys saw him rock up in Las Vegas dressed as Alan from The Hangover. Brilliant. Quality stuff.
Did he actually like Alan from The Hangover because he was let himself go, or did he actually do it?
No, he had the same outfit, everything, the satchel. He had the lot, the beard. Imagine having Travis Kelce as a Sharks player, though. Imagine having Taylor Swift as a Sharks wag. The Shire hasn't seen a power couple like that since Todd Carney and Lauren Eagle. Mate, I'll tell you what, some of Some of these guys, though, in saying that, some of these guys that are missing out on NFL, they're bigger than our biggest forwards, and they're just as quick as our fastest backs, if not quicker. I don't think they'd look out of place.
There are some athletes. Yeah, there are some athletes.
Unbelievable. The times they're running and the size of them puts us to shame, to be honest. But
the only reason I didn't have Jason in there is because he hasn't really got the motor that Derrick Henry's got. That's why I put him in at 10. Like if you see Derrick Henry in the field, like I said, those guys are monsters. But Derrick Henry stands 3 foot tall above the rest of them, and then.
And can run.
I only went Mailata because I've seen him play and he knows how to play rugby league.
He knows the game.
It was a controversial omission because it would have been great to have the brothers in that team.
Oh, well, also not to mention Jason's retired.
Yeah,
those big guys up front, that offensive line, those guys are just seriously big units, and it's kind of a different. And so, look, whilst they're all great athletes, they're we saw with Jared Hayne and even Valentine Holmes, just it's different type of training. And so they're training for different stuff. So, look, it's all a bit of fun to kind of think about. But, thankfully for us, we don't have to try and catch up to Tyreek.
I don't think you'll ever get a player that's played NFL coming over, whether they're injured or not, just based on the amount of money that they get over there on the contract. They wouldn't. It's not worth their time. But if you get some of the players that can't make the cut, which are just as good as our strongest athletes, I can see it happening.
And they might get a run. All right, that was the NFL Players Rugby League team. Thanks, Chris, for that. How good was the music? All right,
I loved it.
That was actually pretty amusing.